You don't belong in this family anymore. Get out of here, Sophia screamed that at me. I was sitting right there at her dining table just moments after I showed up on time with bags of groceries, having cooked a full Sunday feast for her whole crew for 3 hours straight. But I didn't move. I didn't even shed a tear. I just stared her down and thought, Sophia, mark this day on your calendar. Today, you didn't just lose your mom, you completely torched your entire future. While her face was a hot mess of red rage, a look I'd known since she was a toddler, my brain was in overdrive. At 70 years old, you learn real quick. Words hurt, but actions are a wrecking ball, and I knew exactly what my action was going to be. I'm Olivia. I'd been showing up at Sophia and Derek's place in the suburbs of a major city like Atlanta, Georgia, every single Sunday for 2 years. This past Sunday, I hauled in 2 heavy bags of fresh ingredients. My son-in-law, Derek, just stepped aside without a word. Sophia was glued to her phone on the sofa, didn't even glance up. The only person who showed me any love was my sweet granddaughter, Maya. I told her I had everything for her favorite meal, and her eyes lit up like the 4th of July. This was the routine. I arrive, I cook, I serve, they eat my food, paid for by my money and my labor. Sophia finally drifted into the kitchen, not to help, but to complain. Mom, I've told you 1,000,000 times Maya doesn't eat yellow bell peppers. Why do you never listen to me? I told her the red ones were priced like they were dipped in gold, $30 a pound. She just huffed, tossed her hair, and went back to her phone. Then Derek sauntered over, starting on his favorite topic, my beautiful house in the historic district. Hey, Olivia, it'd be smart to sell that big place. You're too old to live alone, and Sophia and I could help you invest the cash. He flashed that fake smile, like he was doing me a solid by trying to get his greedy paws on my property. Stop right there. If that last line didn't send a shiver down your spine, you need to check your own priorities. Do you think people who ignore their parents and only care about their money are going to get what's coming to them? If you believe in karma and that these entitled kids are about to learn a lesson, hit the subscribe button right now. Seriously, I'll wait. If you don't subscribe, maybe you're rooting for the greedy daughter. Just saying. If you're not subscribing, drop a comment right now and tell me why you think this mom deserves to be treated like an ATM. The rest of you, stick around, because the fireworks are just getting started. During the meal, Derek went full nuclear. He brought up my will. No tact, no respect. Olivia, my cousin works with a decent lawyer in Austin. How about we make an appointment this week to review the will? Gotta have everything organized, right? Sophia looked at me with those chilling, calculating eyes. Yes, Mom. It's the smartest thing to do. Avoids future problems. They were literally talking about my death like they were counting the days to payday. Then the tension hit the roof when sweet little Maya accidentally spilled some juice. It was a nothing burger, but Sophia blew up like a cannon. When I defended Maya, saying it was no big deal, Sophia turned all her fury on me. You always defend her. You only come here to cause me problems. Maya started bawling, and Derek, he just kept chewing, the coward. That's when she stood up, pointed that shaking finger, and shouted the words that changed everything. You don't belong in this family anymore. Get out of here. The silence was deafening. The daughter I raised was kicking me out like trash, but something inside me didn't break. It hardened. I stood up slowly, picked up my purse, and walked to the door. Before I opened it, I turned. Sophia, I said, calm as a lake in a Minnesota winter. Remember this day. Today, you didn't just lose your mother. You destroyed your own future. I got to my sedan and immediately called my best friend George. George, I need you. We're hitting the bank tomorrow and then the lawyer. It's time to make some very important changes. Did you just hear that? These people are straight up predators. This whole story is a terrifying reminder that even the people you trust the most can be plotting behind your back. If you have a retirement account or a will, this should scare you into securing your future right now. Don't wait until it's too late and you're the next victim. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss the dramatic proof Olivia finds out about their even bigger scam. You need to see how she flips the script on these two. If you refuse to subscribe, at least comment with the worst thing your family ever tried to pull. The next day, I made myself a strong coffee. I told myself, Olivia, it's time to remember who you really are. I met my friends at the park, like we do every day. I laid out the whole ugly story. Sophia needs a lesson she'll never forget, they all agreed. I'm going to teach her her mother is no fool. It's time for Sophia to learn that actions have consequences. That afternoon, I called my trusted lawyer, Robert. Robert, I need to make some important changes to my will. Could you see me this afternoon? At the bank, I spoke to the manager, Ethan. I reviewed my accounts and told him, if anyone comes asking about my money, even if they claim to be my family, shut it down. Only I can access my information. With Robert, I pulled out my sheet of paper. I want to completely change the beneficiaries, I said. Maya will still get a portion, but everything else is going to other people and organizations who actually value me. The house Sophia and Derek coveted. It would be donated to a foundation helping abandoned elderly women. My main savings? Split among charitable organizations. I told him I'd never been more sure of anything. The will was done, but you can't get comfortable yet. Olivia was about to get a call that proved her daughter and son-in-law were not just greedy, they were running a whole other scam. This should be a stark warning for all of you. I got a call from a number I didn't know. It was Samantha, a relative of Derek's. She whispered that Derek and Sophia were trying to get a $200,000 loan, telling people I was going to give them the down payment for a business. $200,000. They were using my name and lying, saying the banks were very slow with older people. My blood went cold. Not only were they disrespectful, they were running a scam using my name. I immediately called Robert and demanded we sign the new will that day. I was done. Then Derek called. His voice was syrupy fake. Hey, Olivia, Sophia is super worried. Say, we have a killer business opportunity, an investment for the whole family. There it was, the real reason for all the fake concern. $200,000 in seed money for a clothing store, he pitched. I played along. That sounds interesting, Derek. Why don't you two come over tomorrow at 3? Bring the business plan. I want to see exactly how my money will be spent. If you love watching scammers get absolutely annihilated and think they should pay for what they did, you are legally obligated to smash that like button and subscribe. You have to see their faces when they realize they played themselves. If you refuse to subscribe now, you're literally letting the scammers win. The next day, they showed up right on time, all smiles, thinking they had me in the bag. I had the place ready. My hidden recorder was on. I listened to their pitch. A total joke, no real numbers, just invented charts. And what guarantees do you offer? I asked. Olivia, we're family. Our word is enough, Derek stammered. Mom, since when do you need guarantees from your own daughter? Sophia whined. Since that daughter screamed at me that I don't belong in her family, I thought. I changed the tactics. Sophia, after last Sunday, I'm shocked you're here asking me for money. She gave a fake, stressed-out apology just to get the cash. I got up. Let me think about it. It's a lot of money. I need to consult with my lawyer. Your lawyer, Sophia shrieked. We're your family. Precisely because you are my family, I replied. I want to do things right. They stormed out, cold as ice. I had the whole confession recorded. The next day, I picked up the certified copies of my new will from Robert's office. My old will was officially revoked. I called George to come to my house to be a witness. Ready for the show? He asked. Ready, I replied. I called Sophia. Yes, dear, I've made my decision. Can you and Derek come to the house? I have a few things to tell you. They are heading to her house right now, champagne and flowers in hand, thinking they've got that $200,000 in the bag. If you were in Olivia's position, what would you say to them? Drop your own confrontation speech in the comments. The tension in this room is about to go through the roof. They showed up right at 3 o'clock, all smiles, thinking they'd won. George was sitting there as my witness. Derek got nervous. Witness to what? He asked. A witness to our conversation about how you're going to handle my money, I said. Sophia rubbed her hands together. Mom, what's your decision? I looked her directly in the eye. My decision is no. Sophia blinked. No what? She asked. I'm not going to invest in your business, I said clearly. I'm not giving you or Derek $200,000, and I'm not giving you a single penny for the rest of my life. They erupted. Olivia, you're being manipulated, Derek screamed. Mom, you're not well. You don't know what you're doing, Sophia wailed. I know exactly what I'm doing, I told them. You called me a nuisance, a servant, And you kicked me out of your house like trash. You treated me like a bank with a pulse, not a mother. So I acted. I slammed the manila envelope containing the new will on the table. This is a certified copy of my new, fully executed will, signed and witnessed by George. The house you wanted is being donated to a women's foundation. Your entire inheritance has been divided between charities. You and Derek get nothing, nada, zilch. I then slid a printed transcript of their conversation across the table. This is a transcript of your conversation where you admitted to trying to run a scam using my name for a $200,000 loan. And this, I said, pointing to the grocery receipts, is the itemized bill for every Sunday dinner I paid for and cooked for the last 2 years. You owe me $8,700, which I expect to be paid back in full. Sophia was hyperventilating. Derek's face was white as a sheet. The only person in this family who will be taken care of is Maya, because she's the only one who showed me respect. And now, I said, standing up, you can both take your flowers and your flat champagne and get the hell out of my house. Moral of the story is simple. Respect your elders, or you will pay a price that makes $200,000 look like pocket change. If you made it this far, you're one of the smart ones. You know how important it is to learn from other people's mistakes. This is your final chance. Subscribe right now to avoid future tragedies. If you skip this, you're basically inviting bad luck and ingratitude into your own life. Now, what about Maya? How did the financial fallout hit Sophia and Derek? To find out what happens next, watch the video linked in the